Hello and welcome back to the F1 Journal and to the Styrian race review, where Lewis Hamilton took his first win of the 2020 season as the two Ferraris collide. This win leaves Hamilton 6 wins off Schumacher's record total after dominating the second race of the season. It also featured an incredible surge from Lando Norris to take fifth after last lap drama, and of course the Ferrari's collision on the first lap. Lewis Hamilton took his first victory of the F1 2020 season in dominant fashion in the Styrian GP, as Mercedes proved too quick for Max Verstappen, while Ferrari imploded after a first lap collision between Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc. After acting pole position in a qualifying deluge, Hamilton provided another masterclass, this time in dry conditions, to streak away from his rivals in a calmer sequel to last week's season opener at the Red Bull Ring. "I'm so grateful to be back in first place," said Hamilton, who raised his fist on top of the podium. "It feels like a long time coming since the last year race, and to come back in a difficult weekend last week is great. Great step forward." Sky F1's Jenson Button added, he didn't put a foot wrong in qualifying. He was light years above everybody else on his lap, and today, lights to flag, he did everything he had to do. This takes him to 6 wins away from Schumacher's 91st win, which is an all-time record. He is also only 6 points behind Valtteri Bottas in the championship, with the Finn keeping his lead thanks to converting fourth on the grid into second place, overtaking Verstappen later on for a Mercedes 1-2. Verstappen drove and defended valiantly, but Red Bull just did not have the pace of Mercedes. "I tried, but we were just a bit too slow. I pushed as hard as I could," said Verstappen. The speed difference between the top two teams was proved by Alex Albon finishing 44 seconds behind race winner Lewis Hamilton, and Albon almost lost fourth altogether, making contact with a charging Sergio Perez, who started 17th at the same turn 4 corner where the Red Bull driver collided with Hamilton the week before. Perez sustained front wing damage and dropped back, allowing Lando Norris to enjoy another unbelievable late surge, passing Daniel Ricciardo and both racing points to take fifth on the last lap. Lance Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo are still under investigation at time of recording for their final lap tussle. However, the real controversy came when Ferrari's drivers once again collided. Hampered by slow pace at the start of the 2020 season, Ferrari shot themselves in the foot as Leclerc shunted into the back of Sebastian Vettel, heading into just the third corner of the race. The collision broke Vettel's rear wing, and the German immediately retired from the race, with Leclerc, who has taken full responsibility for the incident, following into the garage and an early DNF soon after. A Hamilton-Verstappen sequel set up a great start for Sunday's race, but it is fair to say an unprecedented second race at the same track lacked the spark of the chaotic season opener. There was an early safety car caused by the early Ferrari crash, but Hamilton quickly built up a lead to Verstappen, who, while only around 5 seconds off for most of the race, never looked likely to challenge for the victory. Without the variables of the first race, Mercedes' pace buffer at Red Bull owned track was evidence. The Silver Arrows, or the Black Arrows, were able to toy with Verstappen in a 3-horse race, pitting Hamilton just after the Dutchman, but keeping Bottas out for longer in the first stint, giving him an advantage towards the end of the race. Verstappen battled wheel to wheel and was held off Bottas for a lap once in DRS range, but it was never going to be enough to hold off the Finn after sustaining front wing damage. Hamilton was pushing for the fastest lap and the extra point at the end of the race, which eventually was taken by Carlos Sainz after pitting in his McLaren, although he finished 13.7 seconds clear of Bottas in second. The big drama came late on the last lap, as Norris, a week after seeing a podium on lap 71, the final lap, took advantage of Ricciardo and Stroll's scrap for position before gaining a third place in a matter of seconds as Perez limped home after his clash with Albon. Even with new upgrades for the second Austria race, Ferrari knew they faced an uphill battle on Sunday, with Vettel and Leclerc only starting 10th and 14th on the grid. At the very least, they would have expected key data for their crucial new parts as they bid to make ground on their F1 2020 rivals, but Ferrari's race was effectively over after less than half a lap. Vettel was in a free-car scrap heading into turn 3, and 2 places behind him, Leclerc sensed an opportunity up the inside of the hairpin. But the tiny gap closed, and Leclerc rammed into the sister Ferrari. Vettel, who is leaving the team at the end of the season, retired immediately with a broken rear wing, while Leclerc exited the race soon after with terminal floor damage. "I apologise," said Leclerc. "Excuses are not enough in times like this, and I'm just disappointed in myself. I've done a very bad job today and I have let the team down. I can only be sorry, even though I know it's not enough. I hope I learn from this and will come back stronger for the next races." Vettel said, "I was fighting 2 other cars. We were already 3 cars into turn 3 and I was very surprised. I was not expecting Charles to try something. I don't think there was any space. A big pity and something we should avoid, but not much I could have done differently. I was taking it easy and conservative, but it was already very busy and tight." And before we go, let's look at the final classification. The top 3 many would have expected, with Albon just about limping home in 4th, Norris with another great result, and Perez and Stroll in the Racing Points. Outstanding after a really disappointing qualifying, with Perez winning driver of the day. I think Ricciardo will be happy with 8s. Sainz probably disappointed having started 3rd, and Kvyat happy with a point, I imagine. And then all the other drivers, he just didn't really look like had them in it. Ocon retired with a technical failure, which he'll be disappointed about because he was scrapping with Ricciardo, so it could have been double points there for Renault. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the race in the comments below, and follow us on Twitter for F1 news. Subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.